Hey guys, Josh and Bob here. As you saw a couple weeks ago, Dow is taking a little hiatus from the videos, so he asked us to do his Commander Legends videos. And we figured, this is a great follow-up to last week's Week of Bob. So Bob, thank you so much for doing all those videos. They were
not a problem.
Awesome to see, how you do the drafts and how, awesome the record was that you got.
No, I'm glad I had a good draft to show. I wash out after 2 matches and I would only had 2 videos to give you. So, it was nice to go 7-0 with that, or 7-1.
Alrighty, so like I said, we have a box of Commander Legends, and as Dal always says on the channel, let's open something legendary, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a problem with Commander Legends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Commander Legends, we should maybe come up with a new catchphrase.
Let's open a bunch of Commander stuff.
I don't know. Keep your pack hand strong, maybe.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah. Okay, so Bob, for everybody that doesn't know, what is Commander Legends?
Okay, so Commander Legends is the attempt to make a draftable version of Commander. So there's multiple legendaries per pack, and a lot of all the monocolored legendaries have partners so that you can pair them together. There's also a basic commander, the Piper, that can be any one commander identity, and it has partners. So, if you draft a deck, you draft a 2-color deck, but you only have one legendary creature to be your commander, you always have the Prismatic Piper to round out your deck. Whole bunch of reprints in here, a bunch of downshifted cards for pauper players, so a bunch of uncommons that got downshifted to common, some good new commons, and then just a ton of legendaries. Some of them are old characters from back in the day, some of them are brand new characters. So yeah, it's kind of it's definitely focused towards Commander players, but there's stuff in there for a lot more casual people. There's not a lot of super competitive cards in there. I don't think you're going to see too many of these cards really shake up Vintage or Legacy. A couple of them are going to shake up Pauper a little bit, but that's about it. It's really for Commander players.
Cool. So as you can see, whenever I open the box, there is a little pamphlet here that just talks about how to draft, how to build your deck. It talks about the Prismatic Piper, Commander Battle, just how to play the game. And then on the back, too, they even have the draft archetypes. So it's really cool, so people can learn about it.
Yeah, it's a nice little addition. If you're brand new, you can read through that real quick and at least get an idea of what's going on.
All right, so I think what we're going to do for this box, because I know tomorrow you're going to also see Steve you're going to also watch Steve open a box of Legends. And then there's going to be a couple more videos this week where Bob and I are going to open a collector's box, and Steve's going to open a collector's box as well. So we'll probably just go through the first couple of packs, a little slow, just to see what the cards are in there. And then we'll pick up the pace a little bit, and if there's anything worthwhile to note, we can stop and talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah. If we come across, there's a couple commons I'd like to mention. If we come across them. So these packs are a little bit different, you'll notice.
Yeah, but I know it says 20-card draft booster on here, but you can tell it definitely feels heavier than a normal pack.
Yeah, aside from the fact they're the 20 cards, I think they changed the wrappers. The foil feels a little thicker to me, but maybe it could just be my imagination. I don't know if they needed to have a little bit of a denser wrapper because of the extra cards. Jumpstart also had 20 cards in there, but they were internally wrapped as well. They had that secondary seal on them to help firm up the pack. So.
Okay, so for this one we have the Mascara Seer, Angelic Gift, Deranged Assistant, Impulsive, not even going to try it, Finclade Fugitives, Exquisite Huntmaster, Staunch Throne Guard, Ninth Bridge Patrol, Filigree Familiar, Trove Tracker, Farhaven Elf, Boarding Party, Eyeblight Colors, and that's it for the commons. For the uncommons, we have Lightning Recrew, Reclamation Stage, Armorcraft Judge. Then for our rares, we have a Flamekin Herald, Radiant Sarah Archangel, a Full Art Tavid Set Doom of Fools, and then we have a foil Court Street Desian and a Salamander Warrior token.
So yeah, each pack is supposed to have a foil. Each pack is supposed to have at least 2 legendaries. That one have 3, or?
We have...
No, we just have the 2.
Yeah, we just have the 2 in this one.
So yeah, you have the rare, and then you have your 2 legendaries, and they could, in this case, there was a rare and a mythic in that pack. You know, the legendaries can be uncommon, rare, or mythic. And then the Full Art Planeswalker is one of the alternate art versions. So that's a pretty good pull.
Okay. So we have Armory of Ionis, Cage of Hands, Scrapdriver Serpent, Valkuten Volker, Elvish Visionary, Brazen Freebooter, Kite Scout Skirmisher, Ancestral Blade, Molder Beast, Spectral Searchlight, Eyeblight Massacre, Charcoal Diamond, Welding Sparks, and that's it for the commons.
So those diamonds are good reprint. They, I think the last time they were printed might have been 7th edition. They're originally like way back in the day from like Tempest, maybe, I don't even remember which set. But they're mana rocks. They only tap for 1 color of mana, but they only cost 2. So it ramps you from turn 2 forward, which is kind of where Commander ramp is right now. It used to be turn 3 with all the rocks that would tap for any color, but turn 2 mana acceleration is kind of like where it's at right now.
Okay. On commons, we have Vow of Duty, Supreme Will, Burnished Heart. One rare is Jessica's Will. Then our first legendary is Kanji Skywarden. And then we have Sanai, Eye of the Storm. I probably butchered that. And our foil is Soul's Fire. And we have a copy token.
So, 2 commanders there that would definitely push you towards the blue-white Flyers archetype. And since with these packs you draft 2 cards at a time, you could have just, you open that up, you could have taken both of those and kind of had your deck, already had a theme going for your deck.
Okay. So I'm just going to go through the commons real quick now. This Terramorphic Expanse.
It's one of the most printed cards of all time.
Yep. So there's that. For uncommon, we have Sandstone Oracle, Interpret the Signs, Gilt Leaf Winnower. And for our first rare, we have Bio-Waste Blob. Our first legendary and rare, we have Sangir the Dark Baron. And we have Dargo the Shipwrecker. We have a Staunch Thronegood for our foil, and we have the Prismatic Piper. So now, Bob, I know you said that this can always be your partner, correct? That's the way that they made this
set.
Yeah,
they have them inserted in the packs, but it's basically like after the draft is done, when you would go get your basic lands for your deck, you can also get a Prismatic Piper.
Okay.
It functionally, like, it doesn't have the basic super type, but as far as the draft goes, it's functionally a basic card.
Okay.
Another diamond.
Alrighty, so we have Vow of Torment, Shimmermire, Frenzied Saddlebrute, and then our first rare is Wheel of Misfortune. Then we have Gillenera, Caller of Wirewood, and Nadir, Ancient of Duskdale. And then we have Coastline Marooners as our foil.
So, yeah, Wheel of Misfortune. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is a card I think last printed and revised, and it's on the reserve list. So them, they're kind of pushing what they can print as far as reserve list cards.
Okay. There's a Command Tower and Commander Sphere.
It's definitely got a little more going on than Wheel of Fortune, but
so we have Coastline Marauders, Monstrous Onslaught, Siren Storm Tamer. First rare is Wrong Turn. Then we have Keleneth, Sun Name Familiar. And we have Jury, Master of the review. And Thorn Black Rose is our foil.
That's actually a pretty good foil. That's he's playing Pauper. It's a it's a common card that gives you the Monarchy, and it's a 1/4 death touch. So if someone takes a Monarch from you, you can almost always hit back with it unless they feel like losing a creature.
Okay. So we have Golem Artisan, Thought Vessel, Noctis Dragon for our
There you go.
uncommons, and we got the Jeweled Lotus. So I know as of this video, this is going for about $70 now.
Yeah, it's the most expensive card in the set. It was going for more, but it's starting to go down in price. Part of that's just from the product getting opened, and I think part of it is, and this is going to be maybe an unpopular take, but it's not really all that important. Sorry to tell you guys. Like, you got two options with that card. You either get it real late in the game and it doesn't matter, or you get it real early in the game, throw your commander down and win, and people scoop. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a necessary card. Sure, every deck can run it, but you don't, the people who were like pre-ordering the foil full arts for like $800, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. If I crack one of those, I'd sell it right away. But just my opinion.
Then we had Wild Seas for our foil, Jared and Ghost of Ramirez as our two legendaries. I'm also noticing with these cards, Bob, they seem like they're sliding a little more than normal. It seems like the whole printing is.
They have a different coating on them. The foils haven't been curling as much. The cards are a little slicker. I'm actually just kind of surprised. I just want to go back to the previous pack real quick. That Jared got a print, because that's a really deep cut. That's a character from one of the old Armada comics from like 96, 97. And I didn't even think those comics were considered canon anymore. They were all what we called pre-revisionist, because they all came out before they started like really formalizing the Magic story around Weatherlight Tempest era. And I'm just kind of surprised they printed that card. Also kind of interesting, you got the two Werewolf Hunters from Innistrad in the same pack.
Yep. And we'll be seeing Innistrad next year too.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Werewolves next year. Yep. As one of the two sets.
And we have the Emberwild Captain as our rare. Okay. Go through all the comments. So for uncommons, we have the Darting Saboteur, Fencing Ace, Meteor Golem. Then we have Neurotic Hex, Colfinair the Last U, and Gore Moldrick for our rares. There's a 3-rare pack. And we have an Elvish Doomslayer as our foil. Alright guys, thank you for sticking with us. We are a quarter through the box right now, so we're just going to really be amping it up. And I'm not going to even go through the uncommons now. We'll just go right to
really like that one piece of Seb McKinnon artwork for that one uncommon. I don't remember the name of it. Feast of
Secession.
Feast of Secession. Yeah. Also an interesting card, like giving everything basically a board wipe that gets past indestructible since it's a minus toughness effect, and also gives you the Monarchy. It's seems like it's a pretty cool card, and I like the theme to it. And the artwork's fantastic.
Then we have our Elvish Dreadlord as our rare, and we have a mythic rare too with the Mesmonic Dulge. Alright.
So the one that you just pick like 3 instants and sorceries and can just cast them for free.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those big flashy commander cards. Now the diamond.
So for this one, we have Return to Dust as an uncommon. That's interesting. Was it printed as uncommon before too, or was it?
It was originally in the dark, and that's kind of when like the whole, because they had the stuff was common or uncommon, but they showed up on different rates on the sheets, and so that's where you get your U1s, U2s, U3s. Like, it's basically uncommon, yeah.
Okay. So for our foil, we have Trove Tracker. We have Breaches and Glacian for our 2 legendaries. And we opened a Promise of Tomorrow for the rare.
Yeah, I think the my card from the dark. I think it had been reprinted since then, probably in the core sets. It was probably printed in uncommon.
Okay.
Another diamond.
Yep. I have a funny feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of diamonds.
Well, they are common, so.
Okay, so we have a Command Beacon. We have a Krark the Thumbless. And we have Rhea Master Smith. Now his Visionary is our foil.
Another diamond.
Yep. Okay, Faith Fitters, Horizon Solar, 3 vents. Man, I am no good at this.
They're really sliding around.
They are. We have Dawnglade Regent, Itch Deck, and Keslet, and Fiery Comrade as our foil. I have a funny feeling there's going to be a lot of comments about my mispronunciations, Bob.
I was letting you do your thing.
Alright, No Color, Brass Herald, Slaughter the Strong. We have Chord of Ambition. And I'm not going to even try to pronounce them. Here, everybody can see what they are. Tell me how to pronounce them in the comments. And Armory of Ironis in our foil.
The court cycle seems really good. There's one for each color. They're enchantments. They give you the monarchy, and then they have some. They have an effect if you're not the monarch, but then they have a bigger version of the effect if you are the monarch.
That's
Another
really cool.
diamond. The green one is, of course, the most powerful. The green one lets you put a land into play, or if you're the monarch, you can put a land or a creature into play.
Okay.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Okay, so we have an. Alright, Bob. I need a pronunciation for that one.
I think they're pronounced Amphin,
Okay.
Mutineer. They're a race of creatures that apparently exist on Chandalar, which is the magic plane that was the setting for the video game from the 90s. And a couple of the core sets, like I think it was like M13 took place on there, M14, whenever slivers were in the core set. And so the Amphins are on Chandalar, and the big thing they did is they have, in the lore, they have mind mages that made everyone forget that they exist. So that if they, they're kind of planning on rising up and taking over the land portions of the world.
That's cool. Alright, Bob, we got a Hellkite Courser. Got a Mythic Rare there. And we have Togo, Valleys, and Better Revelation.
Yeah, a little bit of a lore bomb for you.
Alright. Hero's Blade, Victimize, Pen and Blade. Then we have Court of Grace, Anera, and Armix under the uncommons. And we have a foil rare for Yurlok of the Scorched Lash.
So we got a commander that gives us mana burn again. So yeah, if people were unfamiliar with mana burn, was a mechanic they haven't done for years. I think Kamigawa was probably the last block that referenced it. That if you had mana in your mana pool, which they don't even use the term mana pool anymore actually, but if you have mana in your mana pool and you did not use it, it drained from your mana pool and it did a point of damage to you for each point of mana you did not spend.
Ooh. That does not sound fun.
It was something you had to work around. It made cards like Mana Flare or any of the cards that, like, lands tap for extra mana. It gave them a little more of an edge because whenever you're casting something that was an odd CMC, you risk taking some damage if you couldn't spend the rest of the mana.
We have Body of Knowledge, and we have the Itch Tech and Tormod the Desecrator. And we have a Numa. I'm not going to even try it.
And that's one of the foil etch cards, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So I really do like this new foiling.
It's
I'm
nice.
gonna try to bring it up here a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think they show up on camera too well.
I don't know either.
It's basically the border. It's kind of like the old school Magic cards with the old frames. The foiling on them was just the frame, and the artwork was muted. You know, the artwork wasn't really foiled. But then they also have like some sort of speckling, another diamond, or something in there. I'm not entirely sure like what they're doing, but it's a nifty look.
We have a war room, a sphinx, and a horse. Because that's how we're going to say this stuff now, so I don't butcher the names.
They're certainly a lot less shiny than a regular foil.
They are.
I kind of like them better, but
I know you and I and even Dell have talked about this in the past of how, you know, it's kind of nice when they just emphasize
Another
part
diamond.
of the art with the foil versus, you know, just foiling the whole thing. Plus,
Yeah.
then it's going to curl too.
they tend to overfoil, I think, on a lot of stuff. They've been getting better about that.
All right, guys, we only have a couple more packs to go.
Rings of Bright Hearth.
Rings of Bright Hearth.
That's a nice card.
Now, I know this one, as of right now, it's about $10, I think, from this set. And what are the original printings going for? What is it, like $35, $40, something like that?
Yeah, they were. I don't know. I don't know how much the reprint's going to affect the old ones. You know, that's kind of been the trend, that the old ones tend to maintain some of their value, and the newer ones are the ones that drop really quickly. But, you know, if you need a rings and it's a solid card, it's a lot easier to get now. So reprints definitely don't hurt that.
We had a 3-rare pack on this one, too, with Archeon of Coronation, Avenra, and the Urborg Tyrant.
Larry Nevin.
Thank you.
Never, yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's
Oh, it sounded like you did, so we're just going to go with that.
it's an anagram for Larry Nevin, who was one of the, I think it was either a friend of one of the early Magic designers, or he himself was a Magic designer. I don't remember.
So we have a spectator seating. We have Captain Vargas Wrath, Numa. Our foil is Rebek, Architect of Ascension, and we have another Piper. So I believe that's either 3 or 4 Pipers now.
Something like that, yeah.
So before we open the last pack, just thank everybody for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We are going to still try to post some videos with Dow doing his hiatus, and we may have to cut down a little bit, just, you know, see what we can think of. But, you know, let us know, you know, give us some ideas of videos that you want to see, just so, you know, we can try to do some fun stuff.
Another diamond.
Okay, so we have Open the Armory, Scaled Behemoth, Dreamstone Hedron. We have Plague Reaver, Zara Renegade Recruiter, Fall This, Shadowcat Familiar, and Ninth Bridge Patrol as our final foil. Thank you everybody for watching, and have a good day.